Welcome to the pre-game show, everybody. I am due to play with my brother, my sister-in-law, and the kids in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, so I figured I would hop on and just hang out for a bit. Summer Festival has arrived! Right. Check this out here in 1 second. First thing I'm gonna do, I want to go see if I can't sort out a cosmetic outfit, maybe. I have not worried about cosmetic gear on this character at all. But I'm feeling inadequate every time we play because my brother has a really dope outfit for his little hobbit. So I'm gonna go see what we can't see. I don't think I have any skirmish points to spend at the skirmish camp. Hang on. Got turned around here. So I'll check the broker. I'm not gonna do holiday stuff. What deed did I get? Okay. Thing is, I don't even know what I want in terms of cosmetics. I mean, I have this basic robe. This is a character from like all the way back in 2010, 2012, somewhere in that ballpark was when I created this character. So I do have this basic robe, but I really do want to actually try to find something halfway decent. I think there's actually a... I don't have anything in my vault.
What can I do for you?
Let's start off with cloaks and see if there's any cool cloaks for sale. I always forget what those are under. Are those under light armor? Cloak. There are not a lot of cloaks on this server. I can't even wear that. Or that. Looks hideous anyway. Excuse me. Fine explorer's cloak. Man, I wish these were single colored. Stout quilted cloak. I have one of those in storage. Liam says, what server is transferred to? Peregrine, I think. It's whatever the RP servers are. So all of our Laurelin characters went to the Meriadoc server, and all of our Landreville characters went to the Peregrine server. Pretty sure it's the Peregrine server. I never actually check when I log in, but I know one's the EU server, and this is the one that's the US server. Well, I'm not gonna find... Oh, that's actually not bad. That doesn't look too bad. Color-wise. What's he asking for it? A silver? Oh, I'll buy that. Yeah, I can only wear leather. Light, sorry. Let's look at what level is my character? 37. That's the only thing available? No, thank you. I mean, I'm not gonna care about boots. Ugh. I was hoping, excuse me, I was hoping I could find like a cool outfit, but I'm not seeing anything on the broker. I'm pretty sure I don't have any skirmish points saved up. If they were US server, if it was US servers, it's Peregrine. Pretty sure. Do I have LotRO points? Oh, I do have quite a few points. I don't like any of these, sir.
How may I be of service to you?
Cosmetic clothing, please. The hauberk, no. 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 Brushed leather boots? No. Silver thread slippers? Okay, those boots actually might not be too bad if I can dye them like umber or dark brown. Those boots could work. No, I don't like the slippers. Those boots, I'm gonna have to get some dye. Definitely gonna buy the boots. Alright, we'll hold on to those. That hat is ridiculous. Oh my god. Ooh, the mask is... why does it have to be a pointy hood, though? Why does it have to be pointy? Why couldn't it come back? That's more my style. Bandana. Although it looks like I'm a cancer patient, not a pirate. No, I already have an instrument. Yeah, and I can't wear a cloak if I'm gonna wear that. Flames of the Deep. My old mage character has that. My lore master has that. My lore master has this whole set, the flame touched set. I suppose if I wanted to, I could go for the same look here, but I don't. Alright, well I do have some boots, at the very least now. However, I need to get some dye for those boots, because right now... They don't look bad base, but I wouldn't mind getting some different colors. Oh, that's cool. You can actually straight up go straight to the... You can look for cosmetic stuff straight from here now instead of having to sort through it all. That's nice. I do wish you could preview stuff, though. Yeah, I don't need anything here. But what about, you can buy dye packs? What's up, JP? Oh, there are not too many requests. So you could buy a 5-pack of dyes for $4.50. Okay. Well, the black is $4.50. All the other ones are $2.25. That's not too bad. Let's go see if there's any on the broker first.
Greetings.
Oh, I gotta turn the level off. Are dyes expensive? I mean, they can be. It just depends on the color of the dye. Walnut brown. Let me see what that looks like. Walnut That's brown. Ooh, that's not bad. It's expensive. It's expensive. I'm gonna buy it. There we go. Boots had now been applied, and my character now has some nice dark brown boots, which I can dig. There we go. Looking good. I wouldn't mind a different sword, though. If I can find a different sword, I would really like some sort of an elven blade, since this character's an elf. So let's see.
Greetings, friend.
That would be under weapons, sword, one-handed. Let's do maximum level 37. Ah, really? That's it? I may have to go to the LotRO store for that one. I don't want to have to. I could go craft it. I'm way too lazy to do that. I have every single class maxed out somewhere, either on this account or the other account, but I'm way too lazy. I don't want to do it. What kind of swords do you have? I wish they would. Why don't they show? There we go. It just wasn't loaded. All right. Dagger of storied past. No. Oh, not even 2 days, Connor. We've got tomorrow, and then the next day it's live. Sword of the Khazad-dûm Vault. Sword of storied past. Let me go back to the skirmish camp and see what that weapon vendor has. Weapons.
What do you need?
Can I look only at swords? No. No, thank you. I don't like any of these. That sword's not bad. I want like a curved elf sword though, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to find one at quick notice. Right, I'm gonna have to make a tea, I think. Yeah, these all look the same. I don't know that he's gonna have any.
How may I help you?
These are the weapons. These are the heavy. Yeah, hang on. Here's we need some specialty stuff. This is Fornost. Nope. I can't even use it though because my level. Well, I think I'm shit out of luck when it comes to finding a specialty blade at quick. Okay. Well, at the very least, I sorted out some boots. I've got my mystery pig with fireworks. Squee, squee, squee. Alright, let me go check my Discord. Whew. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go make a tea, I think. That pig, I think, is an anniversary pig. I don't know where it came from. Mysterious Celebration Pig. I also have the Anniversary Celebration Pig, but it doesn't have the cool hat. Like, I think it does a different firework. But I like the one with the hat. I think the one with the hat is way cuter. And it's got like peppermint wheels on the cart. Yeah, I haven't played Gears of War since the original launched on the Xbox 360 or something years and years and years ago, Connor. So I am not sure. I'll be right back, everybody. There was enough coffee left over. So I'm gonna have a cup of coffee at 6 o'clock at night. I may regret this later. But it will not be at this moment. Alright, I don't know what else I need to work on. Nothing really. I think I was just coming on to do cosmetics tonight while I waited for them to... Normally I don't stream this game anymore. But I was sitting here, I was like, oh, we'll hop on for an hour, hour and a half before we play tonight. It's a good game, John Cruz. I think a lot of people wish this would come to console. I would love it if it came to console. Specifically, there are two things this game needs. One, it needs 4K resolution support, because it's given me eye strain massively playing this in 1920 by 1080 with this tiny text. Because I've got a 32-inch 4K monitor, and I can't play this game in 4K. And it needs controller support. Like, legit needs controller support. But it's also a... I don't know how old this game is now. 2007? So it's almost 20 years old. Yeah, Star Wars The Old Republic would be another dream of mine to come to console. With controller support. Yeah, it's not worth the time to set it up to work. It's not worth it. It's way too finicky. It doesn't work. I spent about 4 hours a couple months back trying to tweak the INI file, and the shitty part about the magnification is it doesn't magnify everything. It doesn't. It does bits and pieces. And you have to go through and manually tweak all the little things, and then you have to, like, oh, you want the text dialogue to be bigger? You have to, like, where's it at? I actually have to hail, like, a...
How can I be of service?
It's just, it's too much of a pain in the ass. They need to actually have 4K resolution scaling. Because having to do the whole INI tweak, because if you try to go into the options, because my sister-in-law had the same thing. Like, the day they were setting everything up, she was like, how do I get this to work? I'm on a 4K monitor and everything is super tiny. And I was like, unfortunately. Because if you scale stuff, it only scales certain things. It doesn't scale the most important thing. The most important thing is the text. It doesn't scale the text. It's really a pain in the butt. See, look at that. Everything scales except for the text. So that text stays the same. All the text stays the same. It's really frustrating. So you can try to tweak things into 4K. It's just not. Well, it's one of those things where there's shit in one hand and wish in the other, and I just don't think they have a big enough budget to spend on. You know, they don't even have to put it on console. I would just love it if they would add controller support. But I will give them credit for updating everything to the 64-bit servers over the past couple of years. because that added some much needed performance boosting. They've definitely done a phenomenal job of adding content over the years. Oh my goodness, there is a big old fly in here. Are there add-ons? No, there are no add-ons. They don't permit add-ons. Yeah, I've got a couple of NASA shirts, courtesy of Chris. Ah, that little bastard fly went and hid, and now he's back again. It's gonna drive me nuts. It's the one thing I hate about having lots of chickens and ducks is lots of flies. Let me go to Rivendell really quick and see if there's any swords I can look at while we're waiting. Okay, where is... Oh, I'm level bound. I've not yet discovered that disc. Have I not been to Rivendell? Do I have any mithril coins? We're totally burning a mithril coin. I think I don't even remember if plugins are permitted.
Megovanen.
Megovanen. Hail, friend, and well met. Megovanen. Sweet-eyed Melon. Megovanen.
Alright, Megovanen my ass. I thought I was going to be able to unlock that other... Alright, let's get rid of that pig. That's really annoying at this point. There should be a sword vendor around here somewhere. Oh my god, you stupid fly. LotRO does allow plugins? Nice. I don't know. I don't use add-ons or plugins. Yes, it is fly 1, me 0. I'm gonna get this asshole. I will get it eventually. It is a big one. It's like a... I don't think it's a... Dude, I was recording a video the other day, and I watched the video back, and there was like... You could see it fly past my face like 4 or 5 times. Oh, you son of a bitch. Get your enjoyment, kids. It's more like fly 6, me 0. Alright. Two-handed, two-handed, one-handed. Maybe these little guys will have like a cool curved blade. Oh, yeah, I've made several posts on it, Amadissa. Like, we've made several posts on the server updates. Massive changes. Huge difference in the new server structure. They did have some hiccups a couple weeks back, but I don't know what those are related to. Yeah, none of these look cool, man. They're still just regular old long swords. I need an elven blade. What's up, Champion of Light? What's up, Deeks? Or Nigel, sorry, I already said hi to Deeks. You're being generous. What's up, Great Cat? Well, I don't normally stream LotRO anymore, but I was sitting here tonight. I'm trying to get myself back in the habit of doing some evening streams. Honestly, it just depends on my eyes, which my eyes are tired today, but at the same time, I'm going to be playing anyway. I'm just waiting for my brother to send me the messages that they're ready to go. Usually we start at about 6:30, which is in about 30 minutes, I think. But I figured I'd hop on and try to do some cosmetics, and I was like, oh, I can do that live. I don't know if you saw that. That fly just flew right across my forehead. Asshole! Oh, I winged it. Hang on. Hang on. I have been victorious! That was one of those little bastards that has like the green sheen to him. You're calling PETA. Oh my god. What movie is that where, God, there's a movie, I can't remember what it is now. They're having a dinner party, and the guy kills a fly at the table, and some other people at the table freak out, because, oh my god, you just killed it. It's got a life. It had a life. By the way, that's how you can tell I haven't put a broom up in that corner in a few months. Because I used my hat to get him. He flew up into the corner. When I winged him, he flew up in the corner and got tangled up in a spider web. And that's the only way I was able to get him. And now my hat is covered in, like, web. Probably need to run a broom around the upper corners of this room at some point. My hat is filthy now. But at least the fly is dead. Alright. Good day, sir. Lord of the Rings Online, the annual run. I mean, I think I've talked about this before. I still don't have a max level character in this game just because every time I've ever come back to play, I'm doing like what I'm doing right now with my brother's kids. Like, we're starting characters, or at least they started characters from scratch and are leveling them up. And I didn't want to start from scratch because I was like, I really only came to play LotRO because my brother was like, hey, let's do this with the kids. And I was like, that sounds awesome. But I did not want to start from scratch. So I literally went through my library of characters from like 15 years ago and went, I'm going to grab the minstrel and play that character. But one of the coolest parts about this game, even though, yes, it's dated, is that there's just so much content in the game
Sweet-eyed Malon.
to do. And you can literally make a level 1 character and run level 1 to 30 content. Go make another character, run level 1 to 30 content somewhere else. Make another character, run one, and they keep adding like stuff like the Yondershire, which is a brand new 20 to, I can't even remember where Yondershire ends up. Like, does it go 20 to 40? Does it tell us? Oops, there's the Yondershire. Like, I can't remember the level range of Yondershire, but it's like 20 plus. Right? That was a new zone they added a few years ago. So, like, there's always new content. That's one of the coolest things that Standing Stones Games has done with this game is rather than only adding end-game content, like, they add all sorts of other content. That's a fake comment, PHC. Too bad the lag can't be fixed. Are you not keeping up with the fact that they've moved everything over to 64-bit servers over the last 2 years? They just phased out their 32-bit servers. Like August 20, like sometime this week is like the last time, if you haven't already moved your characters over from the 32-bit servers, you will lose them forever because they are completely offlining all of the old server tech, and they have moved everything over to 64-bit servers. Now, there is no more server lag. There was on the old servers, legitimately, but there is no longer any server lag on the new servers. That's the beauty of the 64-bit tech. They have had some hiccups here and there, but the new 64-bit tech has been amazing. I don't know that there's anybody in here that's gonna give me any cool stuff. What is this? This Vintner, Warden, Champion. Man. I was really hoping I could find some sort of curved blade.
What do you need?
Yeah, I don't have anything in storage either. Well, poodoo.
Hello, friend.
That's
Can I
just
help you with something?
consumables. Guardian, Hunter, Brawler, Bjorning. Menstrual Trader. What do you have?
What
Anything
can I
cool?
do for you this fine day?
It's all just gonna be the armor. Ooh, I love that rug. Interestingly enough, playing a flute, but we've got like guitar music playing. That's quirky. Oh, I love the skipping they were doing. Lore Master, my favorite class. Well, I don't think I'm gonna find anything here, so we might as well ride back to Bree. I can't think of any other merchants that might be around here, other than... Yeah, I know there's a guy up here, but he's just a provisioner.
Hail, friend, and well
To
met.
Gimli's camp. I don't think I've been up here with this character, so... On other characters I do, Ralph. This character I've never done anything with. It was something I created like 15 years ago and just never played, so... But like on my mains, I've got various goats. I've got... Like my lore master has an elk. I've got pigs on one of my hobbit characters. I've got a bunch of pigs I can ride around on. I was talking about that, I think, this morning when I was playing Dune Awakening. Like, people who are talking about the new vehicles, it's like, it's no different than this, Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: The Republic, World of Warcraft. Like, mount collecting is a thing for some people. Like, on my main characters, I've got all sorts of different mounts. Pets, too. My Lore Master is the one I have the most on. Also, I have, like, all of the specialty, like, color variations for my pets. So, like, my eagle and my raven and my lynx, I have, like, 3 or 4 different variations of. I love the eagle pet. Big fan of the eagle pet. Stay away from that guy. Leave me alone, kitty cat. Lore Master's a great class, great cat. I'm big fan of the Lore Master.
What do you want? Is your need so great that you must bother me? What do you need?
Oh, these are all first age weapons, though. But out of sheer curiosity. See, even that's not a curved save sword. Ew. Hideous! No, I don't like any of those weapons. I need to go to my hunter and... Here, let me, Pretty sure I've got the curved swords on my hunter. If it's not on this character, it'll be... If it's not on this account, it'll be on the other account. Oh, I don't play that game Simple Play. There is only one Lord of the Rings, and that is the entire extended edition back to back in one sitting. There is no 3 movies. What are you talking about? There is one gigantic marathon of extended edition. That's it. End of story. That's all she wrote. That's a good question. Champion of Light says, as someone who has never seen any of the movies or shows, where should I start with Lord of the Rings? All I know is Elijah Wood and a giant spider. Honestly, yeah, you should if you're gonna watch like the Peter Jackson things, first and foremost, watch the extended editions. Nothing but the extended editions. Don't watch the theatrical releases. Watch the extended editions. And if you've never watched it before, start with The Hobbit. Well, The Hobbit was written before The Lord of the Rings, so yes, it's a prequel. The Hobbit tells the story of how Bilbo Baggins found the Ring of Power on his adventure with the dwarves, and then The Lord of the Rings is finding out what that Ring of Power is and the quest to destroy it. So it's very much a giant story, and if you've never watched it before, definitely start with the Hobbit films. Watch all 3 of those extended editions only, and then work your way to the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings films. See, I have the curved daggers. I thought I had the curved swords, but it's the curved daggers. Okay. I thought I had curved swords in this guy, but it's curved daggers. Which, by the way, look really freaking dope. I'm a big fan of these daggers. Like they've got the scripting on the handles and everything. But I thought I had the swords on this guy, but it's the daggers. Oh, does this guy have do I have a white goat? No, I have Thorin's Hall goat. I don't know that I have... Where the hell are the mounts at? Oh, there they are. Yeah, see, I have a... This guy has a pig. The Elder Slade boar. Yeah, I don't think I have any of the other goats, though. I only have the one goat. I can't remember which character has... I have, like... One of my characters has 4 or 5 goats. And I don't remember which character it is, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're very the extended editions are very long. Champion of Light, like I think most of them are 3 to 3.5 hours long. Return of the King, I think clocks in close to 4 hours. So yeah, just plan for 3.5 hours for each one of the extended editions of those films, and they're totally worth it. I accidentally pulled a teleport off my combat bar here. Where are those at? Mickle Delving. I think it was that one because I think I have them in order. Now I'm gonna question where the heck those, which character I have the... Hang on, I got a message from my brother. They are running late. Yeah, watching them all in one sitting that's what you do when you're veterans. Because Chris and I don't even think we haven't done all in one sitting since I think 2018 maybe was the last time we did that. That's a huge, that's like 12 hours. I mean, and it's a lot. Like just not if you're doing The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Like if you're doing just the Lord of the Rings series, that's 12 hours long. And I think it's like 10ish if you do the Hobbit films. Now, see, this guy has the he doesn't have the white one either. I know one of my characters has a white goat, but it might be on the secondary account, or it might be the characters we have on the other server, on the Laurelin server. Now you're making me go through here because I'm like curious. Yeah, that's perfect COVID watching. Great, great cat. Like, seriously, just sit there and take 2, 3 days of just going through all of the films, and then if you throw in like the animated films as well and the Bakshi film, like you can get a good week out of all of that. Whip, crack, whoopsh. Oh, I do have 2 goats on this guy. Which one's which? No. I don't know who I have the white goat on. I know I have a white goat somewhere. I know my other characters. I don't want to log all the way out because then I have to go back to the... You can't just switch from servers. I have to go all the way back out to the launcher, and I'm too lazy to do that. All right, my brother's running late. Usually we start in about 15 minutes, and he's saying it's going to be more like 45, so... Normally I would craft stuff, but he's already crafted everything the kids need, so I don't actually have to do any crafting with this character, which is really nice. I get to be lazy for a change. This is where you will lag. And this has nothing to do with server tech. It has to do with this shit right here. When you've got like 150, 200 people in Bree doing crazy dancing and music festivals, you'll definitely get lag spikes. And that has nothing to do with the server tech. That's just lots of people in one place. Bree has always been a little iffy. It's like I remember Coruscant when Star Wars: The Republic first launched. They did a big patch like a month after the game had launched, because that first month, every time you would log into Coruscant, you would drop to single digits. It was some of the worst lag ever because there were just so many people in Coruscant. And I don't think they were doing layering back then, so it was everybody in one version of the city. It was gnarly, dude. They're probably playing like a music festival, but I have player music turned off because you can get copyright dinged. Let's give it a second. It's gonna take a minute to load everybody in. So the funny thing about this is like everybody's dancing to like nothing because I have the player music turned off. Anyway, that's a unique feature in Lord of the Rings Online. Is they have a music system where you can actually program music in and play music with different instruments. And there are music festivals. If you've never participated in those, they have what is it called? Weatherstock. And I think that's on. Isn't that on this server? I think that's on this server. I'm gonna go look it up now because I don't remember. Yeah, it's on the Landroval server, which is no longer anymore. Landroval server, we moved from the Landroval server to Peregrine server. So if I had to guess, this year, it'll be hosted on this server. Looks like this year it was hosted on July 25th to 26th on Peregrine. So it took place last month. So, the Lonely Mountain Band is thrilled to bring Weatherstock to Peregrine. Bands play for 15 minutes each at the summit with 22 bands being showcased. What's up, actriz?
Aquí estoy.
Okay, ¿ya terminaste?
4-7 trabajando.
Huh? ¿Ya terminaste? ¿Dónde están los gatos? Dentro. Pero con las piedras en la frente de la malla y todo. Maya, porque Frodo es un escapista. Ah. Sí. If you were on it a few weeks ago, Orange Poppy, it was definitely Weatherstock, because that was like literally 1 month ago today, or tomorrow, or no, today, because it was on the 24th and the 25th and 26th of last month. So yeah, today's the 24th. So. Alright. Well, my brother's gonna keep me up late tonight with the kids. I'm pretty sure I have on, maybe not on this character, one of my human characters has a hairstyle that is no longer available in the game because it was from the old character creator back in the day. And like when my brother and I play Star Wars: The Old Republic, when we play Star Wars: The Old Republic together, my brother has so much shit in that game that I don't even have. Like he and his friends went hardcore in that game when they were in college, and have collectibles and mounts and like the rest animations when you like meditate. They have all these things like you can put yourself into like the Han Solo carbonite box. One of them has like the Darth Vader meditation chamber. I don't know. I have a 4080 and it runs flawless, so. Yeah, that stuff's crazy, Great Cat. That's old school fun from Star Wars: The Republic. I think the only thing I have is I have some of the old original speeder bikes that you got from like Tatooine quests and stuff. And then I have some outfits that you can't get anymore. That's another game I should probably go and do a round of playthrough this year. Get up to speed on the new content that I haven't seen. Yeah, I've probably played more Star Wars Republic than I have of this game. I mean, this game's been out longer, but I have multiple characters at the cap in that game, and I don't have any characters at the cap in this game. And I love the flashpoints in that game. Like it's fully voiced, so any game that's fully voiced is gonna get me for way more hours than a text-based game because I don't like my eyes. I'm getting older. Like I don't want to have to read walls of text, especially on a game that doesn't scale to 4K resolution. So I'm like squinting trying to read, or I'm like got to put my glasses on and like put my face up against the monitor to read the text. You know, it's like I don't have to do that with Star Wars: The Republic because it's voiced. I can just sit here and it's like watching a Clone Wars TV show. You know, just play the game, which is why I wish I have such a if Star Wars: The Republic would add controller support, I would main that game. I would 100% main that game again. That's not necessarily true. Champion Light, like you'll get you just gotta ignore those. It's a bunch of jaded old people. That's what it comes down to. By the way, I really wish I could get Gandalf's outfit in this game, but I understand why they have it as a unique. I don't want the hat, but I would love his robe and cloak. And it took me a long time on my lore master to find a staff that I really approved of. Oh, you're not wrong, Champion Light. Like for example, my nephew is 11 or 12 now. His favorite movie of all time is The Last Jedi. I had to think about the name. The second one, not The Force Awakens, but the next one. The Rian Johnson one. That's like his favorite movie of all time. And I get really frustrated with the old Star Wars fans who will say things like, "Oh, he doesn't know what good Star Wars is. He's too young to have any good taste." And it's like, man, fuck you. Like, let the kid be a kid. Let him revel in finding joy in lightsabers and Wookiees and like there's nothing wrong with your favorite film being The Last Jedi or The Force Awakens. Nothing wrong with that. Anybody who tries to tell you otherwise just needs to get stuffed. Gatekeeping is the worst thing of all time. Star Wars is for everyone. It's the same thing with Lord of the Rings Online. People who try to gatekeep because of Rings of Power, and I'm just like, oh, you are so not an actual Star Wars or Star Trek Middle Earth. You're so not an actual Lord of the Rings fan. Force Awakens was great. Last Jedi was great. The third film was kind of meh, but it's still, you know, it is what it is. I always tell grumpy Star Wars fans who try to say things like, oh, X movie sucked, and I was like, did you ever watch the Christmas special? Did you ever watch the Ewok movies? Because those sucked harder than the new Star Wars films. And we still love them as entries into the Star Wars canon, even though they are horrible films. Like, I feel like if you haven't ever seen if you've never watched the Star Wars Christmas special or the Ewok films, you don't know what bad Star Wars really is. And I seem to recall Weatherstock used to take place in October. Now it says it's in July. When fandom gets too big in general, you can't please everybody. I mean, yeah, to a certain degree. JP, they're all varying degrees of fun. And this goes back to, like, as an example, my niece, who is 7, her favorite out of all the Star Wars shows is the Book of Boba Fett, which I actually think was not one of the best. It was good. It was good, but it was not one of the best Star Wars shows. Like, they're all good. They're all fun. My favorite has probably been... I mean, Mandalorian was phenomenal. But Ahsoka, man, season 1 of Ahsoka and season 2 of Ahsoka is coming. It's been really good. Tales of the Jedi, which was like 6, I think it was 6, like they were short animated episodes. Was it called Tales of the Jedi? Shit, I gotta check it up now. They have a second season as well. Tales of the Jedi animated show. Yeah, Tales of the Jedi was an anthology they did. With Dave Filoni, and it was 6 episodes. Oh, they've done 3 seasons. Oh, I haven't seen second and third seasons then. Anyway, in terms of Star Wars shows, JP, so Andor is like, it's, and I think somebody described Andor the other day as, it's almost, Andor could be separated out and be just a great political thriller, even if it wasn't Star Wars. Like, it is such a good show that just happens to be set inside of Star Wars. But there's no lightsabers. It's just fascism, politics. It's a political thriller. It's a spy thriller. It's an action. Dude, Andor seasons 1 and 2, and then you roll right into Rogue One after that. You watch all 3 of those back to back. Like, if you have spare time, JP, and if you have spare time to watch something, watch that. Go do Andor season 1, Andor season 2, and Rogue One. You could do that all in like the span of a couple of weeks, and you're gonna come away from that, and your mind is just gonna be like blown, because that rolls right into A New Hope. I mean, it's literally boom, 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 Death Star explodes, New Hope. I mean, it's such an epic, like, story arc. And then you have stuff like the Book of Boba Fett, which honestly is just a tie-in show to The Mandalorian. And The Mandalorian is just really, especially season 1, all of The Mandalorian is good, but season 1, like, I could bring you in warm or I could bring you in cold. And that was just like, oh man, we're getting a space western. The Quick and the Dead with the Mandalorian style. Mandalorian was great. Ahsoka's great. I mean, all of the Star Wars live action shows have been fun. I really liked The Acolyte. And I know The Acolyte was that one I think was the only one that's gotten canceled so far. The Acolyte has some of the best lightsaber fight sequences I've seen in any of the, especially the grand finale fight on the final episode. That lightsaber fight sequence it blends martial arts for the first time ever into Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, sorry, I'm playing Lord of the Rings. It blends martial arts into Star Wars, and so it's a lightsaber fight that has a lot of martial arts stuff in it. Oh, you did watch Obi-Wan? Dude, the Obi-Wan show, I sobbed like a child at the end of that, with the Anakin versus Obi-Wan. That lightsaber sequence is one of the best lightsaber fights of all time, and then that sequence when he's like, you didn't kill, it's not your fault, I killed Anakin Skywalker, and I was like, crying. Obi-Wan was fucking amazing. I do have secret hopes that they bring back Acolyte for a second season 2 Deeks, because I had a great time with it, and the mind control sequence when that giant Wookiee Jedi is being mind controlled by the witches, and he just brute force comes out, and he's like grabs the other Jedi by the throat and like crops him up against the wall, and he's like got the lightsaber like up against his face or his side, I don't remember, but they're like, it took multiple Jedi to like get the Wookiee off, and I was like, that is some really cool, like showing the brute power of like a Wookiee Jedi. I thought that was really cool. So there was, I think all of the Star Wars, Darth Plagueis at the end. I've liked all the Star Wars shows. We are getting Sam Witwer in a live-action show, Champion of Light. He has already been cast in Season 2 of Ahsoka. And he technically was in Season 1 of Ahsoka as well. But he is in Season 2 of Ahsoka. I love this track. I just realized somebody on Twitch, Purple Roundy, redeemed a no cursing. I don't know when that happened. Good luck, sir. I may have missed that. So far, he has been confirmed to voice the son in the Mortis flashbacks during Ahsoka Season 2. And they're expected to showcase him in some fashion in Season 2. So it's not going to be the Star Killer character that a lot of people wanted him to come on as, but... Oh, it's all good. Since I'm using Streamlabs, I don't actually see those types of little updates when they happen. So I happened to tab over to look at Twitch really quick, and I saw that had been redeemed. Because then I'm technically not supposed to curse for 10 minutes. I should probably stop cursing as much as I do anyway. But yeah, JP, all of the shows are good, but definitely do Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, Rogue One. Because that'll be, it's a season, a film, and that gets you right to the Death Star. And that's a great place to start because it has nothing to do with the Jedi. It has nothing to do with the Star Wars, the Skywalker family. It's just the Empire being a bunch of fascist dipshits, racist, genocidal maniacs. And it's a spy thriller. I mean, dude, the prison arc in Season 1 when Andy Serkis comes in for like 3 episodes, and that whole, like, like all of Season 1 is good, but like the prison arc is probably the best story arc in Season 1. And like the mother figure who, like, you could literally see her say "fuck the Empire," but they had to bleep it out because Disney was like, "We can't say that." It's definitely Star Wars for adults, and it's so good. And probably my favorite. Oh, I don't want to spoil it because JP hasn't seen it. Oh no. The end. Oh man. Yeah, Season 2 when Cyril. I could say this without spoiling anything, I think. When Cyril meets Andor again in Season 2, and Andor looks at him and says, "Who are you?" And the look on Cyril's face, that was like peak acting. Like, that scene was just like the emotions that Cyril had on his face in that moment, because everything was like happening all at the same time. It was just like, oh my god. His story arc was so good. And then where Dedra ended up, man, was just, oh, it's so good. Yeah, Diego's arc, Diego Luna is great. And I've also think it was very rewarding to see him doing press for Andor, because people kept talking about what's next. Are you gonna try to get Marvel? Are you gonna try to get a Marvel movie contract? And he's like, guys, you don't understand. This is like, he's like, I came from Mexico. I've been an actor since I was a kid. He's like, I have been acting for 30 years, you know, whatever. He's like, this is like the greatest honor of my life. I'm very content with where I'm at. I'm very happy with everything I have. This has been like the peak of my career. I have nothing that I want. I literally I'm not lacking for anything. So no, I'm not pursuing those types of things. I'm just very happy with where I'm at. He's very humble, very much in the moment. Oh, the dance sequence with Mon Mothma at the wedding, that was brilliant. Like, yeah, it was, especially given the conversation that had happened with her daughter, like, right before. And you're just like, oh, she's off the deep end. Like, so good. And I do think that, like, when people talk about it, it's like Andor could literally be taken out of Star Wars and still be just a phenomenal standalone. Oh, but you know who was the steal out star of I gotta look her up. It was her first acting gig, and she was a bit actress. She only had bit parts in the first season. Yes, the hallway scene with Elizabeth Dulau as Clea. Like she goes from being this like assistant to like then you realize what a badass she is, and then when she's doing her thing in the hospital and I'm just like, oh my god, someone needs to give her a standalone. Somebody needs to give her a standalone series. Her character. Yeah, the hospital sequence. Yeah, I never saw that until just now. Now that you said that, she does look a lot like Carrie Fisher when she was younger. It's the hive mind, guys. We're all. It's the Star Wars hive mind. Sitting here enjoying long bottom leaf and talking Star Wars. Just waiting on the fam. And also, the pirate show they did with the kids. That was like in January. Skeleton Crew, phenomenal. Like, and that was definitely a kids show. That was not adult Star Wars. That was kids Star Wars. That was totally a kids show, and it was like Stranger Things. Like, it was like the Goonies. Like, it was literally like the Goonies mixed with E.T. mixed with, I think the closest would be calling it like the Goonies in Star Wars. Like, Skeleton Crew was awesome. I know. Well, we were already talking about Lord of the Rings earlier, and so now we're off on tangents. It's all good. At this point, I'm just hanging out, waiting for my brother so that I can log on to the other characters. I guess I play this character. Never mind. I'm just waiting on them to log into their characters. Now I gotta go watch those next seasons. I haven't seen those 2 seasons of Tales of the Jedi now. Yeah, this is a great little place to hang out. I'm way behind in the animation stuff too, because like I didn't watch the Bad Batch final seasons. I think I caught the first season of the Bad Batch, second season of the Bad Batch. I did not watch the final season of the Bad Batch. This track, when you're running around in Angmar, and this track pops up. Yep. Ahsoka Season 2 next year. Which, by the way, guys, I could spin this around back to Lord of the Rings. This is really easy for me to spin this back around to Lord of the Rings. So, last year, or the year before, Saul Zaentz Enterprises finally sold after decades of keeping an iron fist on the rights to Lord of the Rings. They sold Middle-earth Enterprises. And the company that bought it has since been spreading out and doing all sorts of Lord of the Rings games, TV shows, and films. So we have Rings of Power, obviously. Currently, we just got the cast announcement. Viggo Mortensen, Ian McKellen, and Elijah Woods are all returning for the upcoming The Hunt for Gollum films. There's 2 films being shot back-to-back. Andy Serkis is not only playing Gollum, he's also directing the 2 films back-to-back. They're all shot in New Zealand. Those are going to be all about the hunt for Gollum when Gollum went to Mordor and then escaped from Mordor, and they caught him, and he was a prisoner of the elves with Legolas, and that's going to be that whole sequence. Those 2 films are coming out. They're talking about a young Aragorn show. They're talking about a Gandalf show. They're talking about... what was the other one I heard the other day? The young Aragorn show has me the most excited, because there are a lot of documented stories of Aragorn in the appendices, which is what they have the rights to. Like, if you go to the appendices of the Lord of the Rings novels, we actually have a lot of adventures that Aragorn did as he was a young man growing up. Going off to Gondor and fighting in the wars against the pirates, fighting in Rohan with Theoden's father. So, as much as we have gotten a lot of Star Wars content from Disney Plus over the last 10 years, which has been phenomenal for Star Wars fans, we're about to start getting, over the next 10 years or so, we're about to start getting a whole bunch of Lord of the Rings content. There's a new MMO in development from Amazon Studios, which will eventually be the game that replaces this game. We've got Tales of the Shire, which just came out. That's Weta Workshops, which I've been playing for the past month. It's a phenomenal game. Gray 99. Nice super chat. Ashnags Dubrotuluk. Ashnags Gimbatul. Ashnags Dragtuluk. Nice. Nice super chat. Getting off the grid, Rivendell. I think that I think the next 10 years are going to be very good for Lord of the Rings fans in terms of films and TV shows and video game projects coming out. Now that Saul Zaentz company no longer has the rights, because they spent a couple $1 billion to buy that IP. So they're definitely going to want to get their investment back. So we're gonna get a whole bunch of new stuff, and I can't wait. Can't wait for all of it. You don't have to pick anything failed. You can try them all out. It's free to play. This game is free to play. You don't have to pay any money. So go try a hobbit. Go try an elf. Go try a dwarf. You can try all of them. Try out all the classes. And if you want guides, I've got a playlist that has like 1,000 videos or so over the past few years. Well, we've definitely got the upcoming game from Amazon. Now that Weta Workshop has done Tales of the Shire, I would say Weta Workshop will probably do another game. Because Tales of the Shire is great. Standing Stones will probably keep doing this for at least another 5 years, I would anticipate, with Lord of the Rings Online. I don't know what else has been announced beyond the Amazon. Games. Let's see here. Tales of the Shire. Amazon Games has an upcoming Lord of the Rings MMO in partnership with the Embracer Group. We just got Return to Moria 2 years ago. And we've got I'm just reading it right now. There's a investor report from the Embracer Group, who is the company who now owns Middle-earth Enterprises. And they had an investor briefing at the end of last year in August, which means there should be one right now coming up that we should be hearing about very soon. The one from last year said the game was actively testing and prototyping multiple new game concepts. So they said they're exploring a wide range of immersive and authentic gameplay within the Middle-earth world. But that's the thing, like, and the Embracer Group bought the IP in 2023, started prototyping in 2024. We're now in 2025. That investor call should be coming up soon, because this one was last August. So we're now in August right now, so we could maybe go look it up tomorrow and see what we can find. But I would anticipate the fact that they bought it in 2023, started prototyping in 2024. We will probably get some announcements in 2026 because they will have finalized some of the prototypes this year and then move those into production next year. And then we have a 3 to 5 year dev cycle. So I would say we'll probably start to see some games within the next 3 to 5 years coming from Lord of the Rings. And yeah, the MMO, the Amazon one's an MMO. Oh, hang on. I gotta bail, guys. I've got a group call coming in from my niece and my brother. So let me go see if they're on the call. Actually, I can answer that call before we go. Hang on. I gotta turn the volume down here. That means we're about to play. We're about to play, I think. Drop that down. What's up?
Cool.
Oh, you guys ready?
Oh.
No?
Ready.
Ready? All right.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
I just got a new mouse.
You got a mouse finally. No more mouse pad. You're finally gonna use an actual mouse.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Stream is done. I gotta go play with my family. I'll catch you guys next time. Episodes. I should have one of the episodes up later on tonight after we wrap up our session, but I'm gonna go play with the kids. So, catch you guys next time.